We all love The Witcher 3 because of its story or its open world, so today we are going to take a look at The Witcher 3's most memorable quests. Note that this isn't the top, and the quests that we are talking about are in no particular order. With all that being said, let's get to it. The first quest we are going to talk about is The Last Wish. This is the quest where Geralt helps Yennefer with a request, and that request is helping her track down a lost ship of a mage that had a djinn with him. She wants to do this because she wants to know if her love for Geralt is real or is just a spell. I say this because in the books, a request that Geralt made to a djinn bounds their fate together. In terms of gameplay, the quest is nothing too special, but I put it on the list mainly because of the choice you can take during the quest, and for the view at the end, which I have to say is really impressive. But before moving on, I would like to ask you to subscribe and leave a like, because it's free and it does really help me a lot. Thanks. The second quest on the list is the Battle of Kaer. This quest is the climax of the game and you can really feel the tension. Depending on your choices up until that point, you can have most of the companions that you have in the game be present at the battle. This quest really has everything and it's paced even better. Plus, spoiler alert, is the quest where Vesemir dies, and his death is really emotional. His last words really show how much he cared about Ciri, and that he was really happy to give his life for hers. The next quest is the Land of 1,000 Fables. This quest is part of the Blood and Wine expansion, and you can actually not do this quest even though it's part of the main story. This is because based on your decision, you could do the quest where you are taken by Regis to the Unseen One's lair, which is in its place a very good quest. The Land of 1,000 Fables is designed so good and it gives off this perfect childhood vibe at the beginning, but that doesn't last too long, because all the fairy tale characters are evil. I have to say, seeing all the characters from stories from my childhood evil was really cool, even though I think that the fact Goldilocks hanged herself with her hair is pretty dark, and the boss fight at the end is really cool. The following quest takes place in Skellige, which in itself is a very memorable place, but the quest we are talking about is Possessions, and I'm gonna be honest, I put it on the list because of this moment.
You must put him in the oven, trust me.
Take care not to hurt the child. Give me the babe.
In the oven, throw him in the oven!
Yes, it's the quest with the baby in the oven. But that's not the only memorable thing about this quest. The other thing is the monster, a being called a Heim, and it might be the creepiest looking monster in the game, because it feeds with the guilt of its victims. And joking aside, putting the baby in the oven is actually the right thing to do, because he doesn't die and Udalryk is freed. The next quest is Carnal Sins. This gotta be one of the coolest quests in the game, because it puts Geralt in the shoes of Batman for a short while. After Priscilla is attacked by a mysterious killer, Dandelion asks Geralt to find and kill the man who did this. You investigate several leads throughout Novigrad, and then you find the killer. Except he's not the killer, even though he's a terrible man. It turns out that the killer is the friendly coroner, who isn't even human but a higher vampire. Or at least that's what he says, because his model looks like a catacan. But nonetheless, this is a great quest that you can fail if you don't do before the Isle of Mists. The final quest we're gonna talk about is Through Time and Space. During this quest, Geralt accompanies Avallac'h to the world of the El and its capital Tir Nalia. But to get there, we must firstly travel through portals that lead us to different worlds. Every world is deserted, and we even see what the White Frost does to the world it consumes. But this is it with the video. If you liked it, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.